My name is Lee Anderson. I'm a migration lawyer from NB Migration. We are going to have this webinar is about question and answer. So I'm a senior lawyer and for migration for many years. I like to answer any questions you personally may facing, or your friend or family, or if you're a business owner, you might have a difficulty to find a overseas skilled worker come to work in Australia. If there's a cases related to the tribunal appeal or to the court, I'm all experienced for that. So I would like to answer all kind of questions. So hope we can help you with migration matter. So at the very beginning, I just want to have a quick introduction for our law firm so you can understand who we are and how we can help you better. So I'm a migration lawyer. So we are the whole company called NB Law Group. We have a migration law, which is I'm working at. So we have office in Brisbane, Sydney, Adelaide, and Perth about migration. And in the meantime, we also have other areas. So we provide the commercial law, employment law, and property law. For example, if you're going to buy property, we will have a lawyer to assist you. If your company do facing some conflicts between the employee with the company, you know, about the contract, about the leave, about the pay, about some compensation for injury, you can talk with our employment lawyer and they will help you as well. Commercial part, you understand anything related to any contract on the business, we will definitely in the position to help you. So that's what we do. So our No Borders Law Group will provide all 4 parts of law service. For today, I'm going to aim to talking about migration. So that's what we do for migration. Any work-related skilled visa for people bring overseas worker come here, or any family-related visa like partner, you know, you got child visa, you got parent visa, all related. So what I'm saying is not just me talking. If you have any question, you can ask me, or if you don't want to talk, you can tap the question on the questionnaire on the chat, then we can see it and I can answer you as well. So I'm just have a quick introduction, then I can answer your question. So apart from the work visa we do, for family visa, we do partner, we do child visa, parent visa, any related to the family. Of course, for student, we will do student visa. After they graduate, we'll do their 45 graduate visa. And also for people who are doing business, they have a business visa for them as well. Include all this visa. Apart from all listed there, we're also doing any other kind of visa related to migration law. And once the visa got refused and need appeal to the tribunal or to the court, we also deal with appeal at the tribunal and the court. The other part will be citizenship, working holiday, and visa. Those kind of visa is since compare other visa a little bit simple, but lots of people still need our service. Yes, we will provide their migration service as well. That's for the migration part we do. Okay, now time for question and answer. Let me see if any people post anything. Can we ask question about visitor visa or just the migration? Yes, you can ask the visitor visa because it's part of migration law as well. Yes, feel free to ask visa. Yeah, so if someone just want to ask visitor visa. Okay, I'll give you a quick one, visitor visa. So visitor visa have a lots of tabs. So I don't know which one you are interested in. So we have a normal people thinking come to visit Australia for a short period of time. There's a normal visitor visa. Those visas all called 600, but they have different stream. They have a normal visitor visa. They have a family sponsored visa. They have a business visitor visa. and they have also have, I can't remember, Pacific area for businesses. So it's all type of visa. Also, you can apply visa onshore, and your family can sponsor for the visa. So up to you what type of visa you want to know. You can give me more details, so I can give you more clear the answer. It's okay. Someone is typing. All right. So other visa I met is quite lots of people have a difficulty to do partner visa. Do my real need to live together if you apply for partner visa? All right, we can talk about partner visa. Immediate family, I applied for 600 but was refused. Nationally, okay, I'm just quick one for the tourist visa. So tourist visa, like I said, you have a family stream, which is if your family member want to travel to Australia for a short period visit, you can sponsor them as a family related visitor visa. So this visitor visa do have a benefit and a non-benefit. Benefit is you have to have a family member. The member cannot be in-law. It's not like a, in-law, like a parents-in-law, brother, sister-in-law. You cannot do in-laws. So only related family. So the negative part is lots of people want to come to Australia and use tourist visa as a step, step into Australia. And once I landed, I lodge another visa. You might eligible to lodge other visa. However, if you do use family sponsor stream, they normally will have one condition on the visa is called no for the stay. That means any visa you cannot apply any visa once you are in Australia because that will stop you to apply. I do have a client come in, overstay, apply with the partner visa. They came with tourist visa, they overstayed, they have no visa, they find partner, they come to us, lodge partner visa. But when I check the first tourist visa they come in, they have the condition called no further stay. So sometimes if you come to Australia first time, no further stay will be attached on the visa condition. It means you cannot apply any visa onshore unless you can lift this requirement. So when the people find a partner, come to me, said, hey, I got married with an Australian man and I want to stay here. But when I check her first tourist visa, I have no further stay. So we cannot lodge partner visa before we waive this restriction. So we can use kind of compelling compassion reason to say why is off your control. You didn't leave Australia with the visa period time, you overstayed. And why is a compelling compassion reason we should let you continue stay, lift this restriction to allow you to apply to partner visa onshore. So it's quite lots of work to lift this, but we did many times successful. So it's durable. You can do it. But like I said, I don't recommend if you do want to apply other visa when you're onshore, you might just apply normal tourist visa. Usually, let's say usually, they won't have this restriction on that. However, if there's a first time and some other country, which is Australian, feel not comfortable and thinking they might have overstayed before, not you, your country's other citizen came here and they probably still put on this restriction on it. So people say, hey, then what we can do? What you can do is if this visa ground with this restriction, with this condition on that, you still come. You come, you stay, and you leave within a time. Then you have very good record for migration record in the department. Second time when you apply, usually this term will be removed. So you will come and you can stay and apply other visa when you're onshore. So just very quick for this tourist visa. All right. I'm just reading if anyone posts anything to live together. My employer want to sponsor me, but early option lawyer said we might not be eligible because of type of business. I work as a cook, and they said we would run into problems since the business only operate only until 2 p.m. and most of the menu is frozen. of you. Okay, we are next. If we are pending refugee, but situation getting worse, can we apply for a faster visa? Are we not willing to break up overseas? So, okay, I will answer one by one, right? So the first one is someone said, partner, if I'm not living, my partner really needed to live together if we apply for partner visa. Okay, partner visa. It seems very simple because lots of people come to me said, why I need a lawyer, right? I'm living together or I'm married, I can lodge. So my advice is you are not a lawyer or very much familiar with partner visa for migration law part. You probably don't understand what is the point the department will look into. It's not means you're not living together, you will be refused, or you do living together, you will get approved. So partner visa consider several parts. We just say simply for four aspects. It's about your finance, it's about your cohabitation, and your commitment and your social appearance. So finance is you thinking if you're a normal couple, right? You're not boy and girlfriend, you're a couple. What do? Of course, you were thinking, hey, darling, how much money I make, how much money you make, how much we have to pay the rent, how much we have to buy the food. Are we afford for buy a car, or can we afford for a short trip holiday? So what do you mean is you will plan finance together. This finance plan will reflect on you. For example, you joint finance bank account with those details to show that's the money we use to pay rent, pay utility bill, grocery, and make a trip or visit a friend by gift. So on finance, you have to show you do manage your fund. It's not means, oh, one work, one doesn't work, then it cannot be. No. It's as a couple how you manage your fund as a couple to use the fund. It can be you separate, I got my, lots of people say, hey, I don't have a joint bank account, what I'm doing. It's still fine. Like me, my husband, I don't have a joint bank account because I earn and he earn. So we put money all together. But every month you can see from me, I will pay grocery, right? He will probably pay, we have investment, property, the mortgage need to pay. So this kind of arrangement, as long as you show from the finance, you and your partner do joint either your money or put together at the joint bank account, which is I recommend use joint bank account, or you even have a separate bank account, but you do take responsibility for the finance cost for the whole household, not just for you personal individual or for him personal individual, it's for the whole household. So usually you show joint bank account with detailed bank transaction for money paid by coffee, grocery, buy clothes, all kind of things. That'll be fun. This is first, finance. Two, second, which is you ask about living together. So of course, as a couple, you should living together, right? If I'm travel to somewhere, stay there for 3 months, and my husband will get crazy, right? The reason because the general couple they normally living together, but it's not means I'm not living with him 3 months because I have a business. I need to travel to Adelaide because we have another office. We need to look at that office. You settle for whatever the office need. I might need to work at there for a period of time. So we are not living together for a short period of time. Is that means I'm not couple? No. So if you do not living together, you should have a reason. For me, I would say, hey, I've got a job, employment commitment. I have to go somewhere for a period of time. I did one case. This guy, he worked in the New South Wales regional. His partner, because she needs study, so she's staying in Sydney. So he worked as government service, public service. He worked for local council for education. I remember like this. So they gave him allowance for residence. So they rent a place for him. So for him, he would like to live in there and go to work, just cross street to go to work. But for his partner, she studied in Sydney. So of course, for her, she's easy to go to school at Sydney, right? So they're not really living together. If you say every day, no, they're not. But what they do is at a weekend, he will all the way drive 2 hours from Cross Blue Mountain. I can't remember the place, all the way to Sydney to stay with her for these 2 days at the weekend. Or if she's in the school holiday, she will all the way go to where the Blue Mountain, that part, stay with him because she's on holiday. She can, leave Sydney. So that means, yes, you seems not really living together. However, the way you're doing is couple doing. This is temporary. It's not means we're doing it forever because she will say, once we finish my school, there's another semester, then I will go and join him. But the guy did say, if I could allocate my work back to Sydney, I would do it. So right now they live apart, but they visit each other. Apart from that, they have a lot of social appearance. They see each other's friend, they go out with a friend, they have photo with a friend. So that's the document with the social appearance. They're not hiding their relationship in the public. Every friend, colleague, they all know. And that's people will write statement to say, hey, I know him, I know her, blah, 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 all this. So because they know they are relationship, how they met, how they develop the relationship, how they commit to each other. So that's the thing. It's not means you have to live together every day. You can have a short time break due to business or other commitment. For example, someone maybe parents get sick overseas, then you have to go, right? You have to go. You might have to look after your parents, excuse me, for a while, and you cannot stay with your partner. Your partner cannot go for long. He might go with you for a week, but he need to come back to Sydney because he need to work, make money to support you. So they might live separate. You need a reason. And also, the main thing you need to show is during the separate living part, we call living apart, you have a communication. It not means you don't talk to them. You talk to each other, right? You either through WhatsApp, you through whatever the apps that you use, and you test the message. You're not just a call because call is only show call for half an hour. If you text message how it's going, what's the dinner, that message will be living on there. You can eventually send this to the department to say, here, I'm not living together at the time because what the matter. However, we communicate every day like a couple. We care each other. We look after each other emotionally, not physically be there, but we emotionally support as a couple. Okay, I'm just answer this one for a while because it seems lots of questions. Okay, I can answer next one. Employee, I want to sponsor me, but the early migration laws, and I want to be eligible. Okay, cook, right. So cook, chef, can be sponsored as 482, and in the future we'll have 186 permanent visa pathway. They have a caveat. The caveat is not means every place you work can be sponsored as a cook. The caveat is to the sponsor company. So the company has to be a proper restaurant. Someone said, hey, why has to be a restaurant? I give an example. We did we advise the client is not a cook chef, but similar. It's a pastry cook. Yeah, pastry cook. Another one is bakery. They make bread. So if you work at a bakery shop, you're fine. But if you work at a factory who make the bread, you work on the work line. You might make dough, you might make this, but they don't take much skill. You don't check menu, right? You just do like on a working line doing that. So that will not be considered as a pastry cook. Same to the cook. If you work at a fast food, what is called delivery? What is lots of the delivery shop? So you don't have what we call a sit-down menu. When you go to the restaurant, you got menu. The menu read, lunch, dinner, doesn't matter. You don't serve dinner as long as you sit menu and you do cook things on the menu. It's not means like you go to a what you call a fast food or delivery. They make sandwich. That doesn't take skill. Everyone can make sandwich, but when you really cook, you need put this ingredient together and cook this long. So take skills. So for you, if the company have a little bit issue about that, we might can of the menu is frozen or fried item with option we have instead. I need to close to check this business service and then give you advice, because you just say frozen and fried. If you just do frozen fried, of course, probably not. But we can help you to. I give you an example. Okay, the client come to me for the pastry cook, a baker. Sorry, baker and a pastry cook. It is a factory. It's a quite big factory, which is they cannot sponsor. However, what we suggest them, because the factory do have a retail shop, so the retail shop will become a bakery. They will bake all kinds of bread or whatever things need to sell to the client. Then we can use this retail shop to sponsor. So it's not the factory. So for you case, excuse me, if you like, you can leave message or leave information or contact with our salesperson. We have the QR code you can scan and give them information, and they can deliver to the lawyer, and then we can see that, and we can give you a free consultation, 30 minutes, to help you more close. All right, that's the one. Okay, next one. I'm an Australian citizen and have two brothers as well as my mom and father living overseas. I previously applied for visitor visa for my mother and one of my brother, but the application was refused on the ground that they might not return to their home country. Can I ask where nationality due to the situation in Syria? Okay. In my family, were to obtain refugee status for humanitarian, would it be possible to apply for a visitor visa by providing strong reason and additional? Would the government be mostly accept application of what type of visa? Okay, right. So you are Australian citizen. Obviously, you probably come, if I'm not wrong, you write it here is a kind of humanitarian visa. We call refugee visa come here. So this is the things. The government, if they know one of your family member come with a refugee visa, which is you came here, you applied refugee, and they will scared the rest of family come here, we climb the same. That's why they don't grant you tourist visa easily. How many times you apply, they won't grant you unless circumstance change. If you don't change circumstance, I don't recommend you waste money to apply tourist visa. Yes, it's only $200. Still, this is money. So if you do want, you mother have two brother and wife, my mom and the father. If you do want your mom and dad to come to visit, because you're Australian citizen, I recommend you might do 870. 870 is quite expensive. My memory is 3,000, 5,000 for the visa fee. I also need a sponsorship. That means you need to sponsor your dad and mom, and they can apply for that. The reason the department may take more consideration, even you're from Syria, and for the parents, mom and dad, is because these visas are expensive. They were thinking, if you're not the genuine need your dad and mom here, you normally don't apply. So I have a client come from Iran. So he and his sister came here, applied refugee, many years now. They are Australian citizen, and they have a brother, sister, and parents back to Iran. And you understand the country relationship Australian with Iran seems is quite sensitive. So he applied tourist visa many times, was refused. And he come to us. He said, "Can we do tourist visa?" I said, "Yeah, we can. But if you really want a legal advice for you, I think the most chance for you is not tourist visa. It's about 870. So you try 870 because 870 expensive. Second is 870 will stop the parents to lodge parent visa. So some people, parents is, they just want to come here and stay here with their children and lodge parent visa. This 870 stop you. You cannot lodge a valid parent visa application when you are holding 870. That means you can only come here for temporary. The 870 is good is you can come and stay for 3 years or 5 years. It's like a PR. No, PR is only 5 years, right? But the difference is, of course, you're not PR, you don't have any Medicare, and you need to buy your private insurance, and you cannot work. So, but if you do missing your parents, DLA and you do want to bring them here, that's the option to choose A70 because we have this client. We had the sponsorship grant. We're now in the progress of the visa. So do take time for this visa. Tourist visa normally finish probably processing time 1 month recently or 2 months, but this visa do take several months process and the visa fee is quite high. But department will thinking you are more serious to apply, and also because they stop the parents to apply parents visa, so they tend to grant you temporary for come and with the children because if you haven't seen the family for a long, it's a little bit crucial for emotionally. But department always say you can always visit them. You're Australian citizen, you can always visit them in Syria or in Iran. If you think that safe, you can go to a third country, go or fly to Fiji or fly to Bali or Indonesia or Thailand. You don't have to come to Australia. So it's not the reason that I haven't seen them for 10 years. That's not the reason. So recommend you for 870. Right. Were there any other questions? Can brothers submit study visa? Could that be accepted for Syria? So every visa assessed in different way. If you're going to lodge student visa, it's based on how genuine you are students, right? You know, the students, yes, you might studied before in your country. If you say, hey, I studied back and now I want to go to Australia to do a certificate for plumber, you probably won't get it because they will question why people got bachelor degree to do a plumber, right? But if you said, hey, I work as a plumber or carpenter, I got certificate 3 or 4, and I want to improve my English and a skill as well because I can work internationally. I have some client, I think it's from, I can't remember the country, Middle East country, and they like to work in Dubai because they said they had a good pay out there. But work out there, they do need English. So you should speak English well, therefore you can get more chance for the job. They thinking come to Australia and study the language, or in the meantime, if they can, enhance their skill by having further education. So what you want to is you have to show you're a genuine students from your background to show your education continually and your intention for study and what school you're looking for and why you chose that school, why this school best to you. You have to understand. Australia was thinking, hey, why you come here, right? You go to you other country close to you. You might go to UK or you might go to America or go to any other country to enhance your skill. Why it has to be Australia? So you have to analyze all this to satisfy. Yes, that's the only place I can go to, which is benefit me, my future career, and that will enhance my skill and can make more money for living. So that's for the younger brother, sister who want to come here with the study student visa. But I give you another option. Yesterday I got approved for a guy from Lebanon. So he never traveled to Australia before, never. But he do have some relatives at here to help him find a job. He's an IT engineer, software engineer, IT. So the company said, okay, right, we like to give him opportunity if he want to work as like an IT service. You know, all the company need someone IT, especially now with lots of AI, lots of a company need IT service. We are not at the time. I'm not very strong feeling we can get approved. Part of the reason is not because Australian business. The business is really fun. They have a good turnover and they have a good background running business for over 10 years. The thing is about that person, he's from Lebanon. You know, those countries, Australian immigration border tend to get more attention. And he never traveled to any other country before, means he never traveled like UK, US, you know, even Germany, Europe, no. However, he do have a bachelor degree and he has by working at a cyber security kind of related, very highly related to the job he's doing there for past 5-6 years. So he has good education. He worked in Lebanon for 5-6 years, and we lodged for it too. And you know what? 3 months. He never traveled to Australia. We got the grant yesterday. We got a grant, and he's so happy because that would change his life, his wife, his children, and maybe his parents or other siblings. Because he can come to Australia and he can work out here. And after 2 years, the PR pathway for him to be sponsored in 186. So that's the one way for people who already had education and working experience overseas, and they want to come to Australia and they do have sponsor. That's one. Another's you might heard is independent skilled visa. Lots of people can just lodge we call offshore skilled visa. Right now, 2025-2026 financial year, for state invitation just start last week, which is each state, not all the states, only Queensland, New South Wales, Victoria. I haven't checked all the other states. The South Australia, West Australia hasn't opened, but they go open very soon because the Department of Home Affairs has allocated all these state numbers to them, the quota, so they're going to open. So what I'm saying is, there's another visa for you guys. If you do have education, you do have a working experience overseas, you might apply we call offshore skilled visa, independent. You don't need a sponsor. You just use your English level, your education, your skill level, finish skill assessment, pass the English exam, and lodge EOI. And we have so many regional visa invitation. For example, you probably don't mind go to Northern Territory, Western Australia, South Australia, Tasmania, because they are the place people tend to not like to go to, which is give overseas applicant a lot of chance to be invited, because the whole country for migration purpose is try to bring skilled worker to Australia. But the government find out most people like to stay in Sydney, Melbourne, Brisbane, right? They like the big city. But we have so many demand in the regional area, which is lots of people don't want to go. But if you're going to choose, hey, I'm going to 190, I'm going to 491, I'm going to the regional, go. Because this visa will give you a chance to become PR. For example, 491, you get invitation, you go to the regional, this visa give you 5 years. Once you live in there, live, work, and live there for 3 years, you can apply for PR. After PR, you're free. You can move everywhere. Only the 3 years you have to stay there. So only the 3 years you contribute to the regional area. Not that you're free to move anywhere in Australia. So that is a very good way for international who do not have a Australian business sponsor but do have a skill, do have an English skill assessment, they can do that. So if you say, hey, I don't know how to do the skill assessment, we're expert for that. You can contact with our salesperson and scan the QR code and book a 30 minutes free consultation. We can tell you how to, do the skill assessment, and we can help you with the skill assessment. After that, we can help you lodge EOI to different state, give you a chance to be invited to come to Australia. That's also very good. Doesn't matter where country you're from, as long as you're skilled. Okay, I talk this, and then there's some new question post. Let me have a look. I'm currently on the bridging visa A. We're waiting for my student appeal, but someone want to sponsor me for a training visa. Can I apply for that? Onshore. No, you cannot apply onshore. The reason, any refusal, you will have for Section 48 bar to bar you. It's very simple. You're thinking, oh, if I refuse this one, I apply another one. If I refuse another one, I apply another. People will never leave Australia, right? So you cannot apply any other visa, not any other visa, training visa onshore. You have to go overseas to apply. Simply apply a bridging visa B. If you're on bridging visa A, apply bridging visa B, and then go offshore to apply for training visa. Once it's lodged, you can come back. Usually, if you got a good lawyer, they take them 1 or 2 days for your trip. They can lodge everything. You can come back and continue stay and continue work and wait for the training visa get approved. But I don't recommend the training visa. If the sponsor do sponsor you and you are qualified for 482, I recommend 482 because one, 482 processing time very quick, 3-4 months. Training visa processing time 12 months. And you have appeal for the student visa. You're holding the bridging because you have the appeal. Who knows the appeal will come back sooner or quicker, right? If it's come back very late, you got the 12 months, you got a training visa grant, great. What happens if you come back quickly, right? Come back for 8 months and your training visa still processing. You don't have other visa, then you have to appeal to the court if you lost it at the tribunal. So if you can, go overseas to apply 482, not training. But if they only sponsor for training visa, yeah, still go there. But go offshore. But when I say not all the visa, it's some visa you do can apply onshore. Even you have a refusal, they have a refusal section 48 by exemption. That's normally for the humanitarian visa, like a refugee, partner visa, child visa, medical treatment visa. Those are the visas you can lift the 48 bar to bar you apply onshore. The rest you have to go offshore to apply. Okay, that's the question. So the guy said study IT as well 3 years in university. So either you are study a master degree in Australia, continue for student visa if they got experience, and lodge 491-190. All right. You wanted me to talk Pacific for you, talk with a salesperson, and they can book you for the consultation. Okay, I go next. If I got 189 invited, can I withdraw my 482 application nomination? And the visa both are not approved yet. I'm yet on the breathing list. I wanted to do this because if 482 is granted, I won't be able to work for 2 jobs while waiting for the 191. Hey, you are not getting any bridging, right? If I got you're just for 189 invitation. So you keep quiet, stay with your 482 until it's settled because you don't know if you can get a 189 invitation soon or long. Some occupation put there 2 years won't get invited. So my advice for you is you should have a visa to stay here. What do you mean? I'm not a bridging. You should be on a bridging if you lodged the 482. I want to do this because it's one I want to. Once the 482 is granted, and you haven't lodged 189. Think this is the thing. If you already lodged 189, it's different to invitation, right? Invitation is not visa. If you got invitation and you lodged 189, great, you got bridging. Then you don't have 482. You can withdraw 482. But if you haven't lodged 189, you are lodged 482, stay on there. Does that need any money in bank? How much would that cost for student visa? Okay, student visa need lots of money. Depend on what you're going to study. You're going to study 1 year, half a year, 3 months, or 3-4 months. So you need to prove you at least paid 1 year study, tuition fee, and cover 1 year cost of living in Australia. If you want to know exactly the figure, you can go online for student visa, find it, or you book in with the consultation we can give you. I cannot process because they depend on one person come, second person like a wife coming, or if you have children coming. So it's all depend on, and depend on what you study. So it's not a figure I can give you right now. I seem to answer all your questions. Is someone still typing? Right. What if I got a job for sponsorship, but my qualification from my Australian university or Finnish vet course is different from the job? I do have enough work experience. Can I still go ahead with the 482 visa? I finished IT vet course, but I work for a construction company. Okay, simply, all right. It not means what your education has to be exactly to what you want. Lots of people maybe graduate from IT and said, no, I don't like IT. That's my parents forced me. I like early childhood teacher or early childhood worker. You know, people change their interest. So that's not means if I graduate, I have to. However, if you want to apply for 482 visa, depend on occupation. So if you go to ANZAC code, you can search each occupation, have an ANZAC code number, and have the requirement. It can be level 1, 2, 3, 4 level, and some labor agreement can be linked to level 5. So each occupation, the department, not department, sorry, Australian Bureau have listed the requirement, which is as a reference to the Department of Home Affairs. They will refer to. They have the education there. They have the working experience. So what I'm saying is, I have a client. They never went to school. They finished high school. They started working. They're carpenter. They're plumber. I remember the one guy. He's from Israel. He just work and work. And one guy from Italy. He's Italian. He just work. He's tradie. We call tradie. They never had any education. It not means they not can be sponsored. No. Lots of tradie, they never go to school, right? They might have apprenticeship sometimes. Some of them, they learn from the master. They follow them for a couple of years. They have apprenticeship. But some of them, they never really went to school, finished high school, or even didn't finish high school. They already did. So depend on the occupation. If you guys ask me question, have to put the occupation there. Each occupation require different. If it's a trade occupation, you don't have to have education. If you only have experience, depend on your nationality as well. Some nationality, they will require you have a skill assessment for this trade occupation you work. For example, I'm a bakery from China, right? I don't have an education, but I work for bakery many, many years. If you're going to apply 482, you have to pass 482 skill assessment because your nationality, we don't accept it. But if you're a bakery from UK, I can't remember all the nationality, probably about 20 nationality are there. They need to do the skill assessment for 482, but the rest of the nationality doesn't. So each case, really, I needed to say the detail for your passport, for your education. I can give you a proper advice. So it's not means you have to education and the work experience same. But some people say, hey, if I don't have education or education different way, how goes with? So you might find a word called substance, means if you don't have a formal education, many years working experience can substitute the education requirement. For example, if you're tradie, 3 years normally. If you work tradie for 3 years, you can example education requirement. You can apply for 482. If you are on level 1 or 2 at the manager level, for example, like a retail manager, if you're doing retail manager, my memory, I need to check. My memory is 3 years or 5 years working experience. You never had any education for diploma or bachelor for management. You can still work as a retail manager because you used to work in your country or maybe in Australia for the past 5 years. You do have evidence to show you work for the past 5 years. You've got pay slip, you've got contract, you got, in Australia, you got super, you got ATO income statement. They will be the evidence to show you did work 5 years as a retail manager, even you don't have education, you still can go for it too. So each occupation, each nationality requirement different. So I have to close assess your ability. If you do want to otherwise, talk with the salesperson and scan the QR code and book the consultation. All right. Great. I think I have some chance to be sponsored. I will talk to my employee. Okay, good. No other questions come to? All right. I have some people talking with partner visa, like I said. Can you add the children? Can you live together? Or what the finance document need? Oh, if some partner have a criminal record, those kind of things you all can apply, but based on what it is. You need to really bring your case to the lawyer, to me. I will read everything, assess, and give you advice. You can do it or how we do it. It's not means I breach the law before I cannot sponsor or cannot apply. They are the limit for that. So for this kind of inquiry, please talk with our salesperson and book consultation. We can close to examine your ability. All right, we are 45 minutes now. I'm going to finish today's question and answer. I hope I can help you guys a bit for your question. We have other upcoming webinar. You can see is Business 101 is about sponsored visa for employee. So if you are a company or your company have a question, like the guy just now talking about talk with employer, if you do have a question and you want to listen, you can join the next webinar from the business. We will talk more detail, focus on the business sponsored visa. It can be 492, 494 in the regional, and 186, 187 and all other company visa can be bring company people come here a very short period of time, like a 400 visa, or come for an emergency or religion come here, which is sport people come here for visa 408. That's all kind of related to employer sponsored visa. All right, guys. Thanks for you guys to attend today meeting, and I hope I do help a bit. And if I have any inquiry about your visa, your family, your friend, please contact our office directly, and either give us a call or send us email or do use the QR code. We're here to help you. We like to bring people come to Australia, which is we do need an overseas worker to help our economy. And we also like to help people for a family reunion. You know, they have been separate for a very long time. So thanks everyone, and I wish you have a good weekend. Thank you. Bye bye.